Good evening and welcome to Mystery Monday live here on Facebook, and thank you very much if you're catching the replay. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. As you hop on to say hi, I would love to know who's about, and if you're new, where you're from. Tonight I had a little bit of news. I think I was checking the online store and it seems to be that the advent calendar, the 12 Days of Crafting advent calendar, has sold out. So I hope you didn't miss out and you were able to take advantage of that, because that was a really lovely product. I will still be doing my sneak peek and opening every week on a Friday, so that will be over on my YouTube channel, so that will still go ahead even though it's sold out. So just for those people that do have it, so that they can see what you can do with it. Big weekend here. We had our retreat on the weekend, our Christmas retreat. So I know it seems a little bit early, but it was a wonderful day. So I had 6 beautiful ladies here, and we just crafted and laughed all day. It was so good, and everyone enjoyed themselves. It was a lovely day. So we'll do some more of those again next year, and I will change it a little bit next year too. Good evening, Patricia. Thanks for joining us. I will change it up a little bit next year. I'll try and do them quarterly still. But what I will do is I'll have it all weekend. So I will have a in-person one on the Saturday, but I will do an online one exactly the same, but on the Sunday. So do keep an eye out for, like I said, that will start next year. So when we do the retreats next year, I will be doing that as well. Good evening, Vicky. Hi, Anne and Natalie and Fiona. How are you? And hello, Lisa. So yes, I hope you caught that, Lisa. I was just saying that I will do some online retreats next year. So hopefully that will be able to include a lot more people then as well. So like I said, Saturday, big day, and I just relaxed on Sunday. Did not do much at all. Hence tonight is fairly simple as well. So I haven't done anything too much, but I have used what I had. So I did have a paper share that I had done, and I had a quarter of the share, or even less than a quarter of the share left. So I have been using up what I had in my stash. So I do want to show you how you can use little bits and pieces to still get some gorgeous cards. Sorry, there was one more thing I wanted to mention as well, was our join offer. I did actually have 2 lovely ladies take up the join offer on the weekend too. So I have had, and I have to welcome them, I've had Gail, Natalie, Stacey, Annette, Aphrodite and Carol Ann all join. So thank you so much, ladies. I do very much appreciate that, and we will have loads of fun. And I've got so many now in Melbourne that will do some in-person events just with our team as well, which will be fantastic as well. Oh, my Christmas tree. Yes, that's still left over from the weekend. I had it on the table and I just haven't popped it under the house, Rachel. Just haven't tidied up yet. Okay, so let us hop over and we will get on with what we're doing tonight. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what it is. They're making it harder and harder to actually get closer. Hello, Glenda. I was just going to say, I might as well keep it out now, because if I put it under the house, I'm just going to have to go back up under and grab it again, aren't I? So this is the suite I am working with tonight, and it is called the North Pole Delivery Suite. So here are some things, projects in the catalogue that they have made with it. Yeah, you're right. Birthday season first, then we do Christmas. The Christmas tree will stay downstairs. It doesn't matter. And it is gorgeous. So like I said, I didn't buy the suite. I only have a tiny portion of a paper share left. So that is what I'm using tonight. But in the suite, you do get a stamp set. You get some dies. So all the critters, all the images on the stamp set do have dies, which is fantastic. So you can cut out everything that you can stamp. But the other thing it has is this gorgeous little box. It is only a shallow box. I'm not sure whether it says here how big the box is. It doesn't, but I will find out for you and I'll let you know what the dimensions of the box is as well. I'll find out from someone who has it. You do get some gems, and there is also some ribbon, which is fluffy trim. So I'm thinking it's probably a velvety ribbon, but again, I've not got it, so I can't be 100% sure. But being fluffy, I'd say it's either velvety or it would have some kind of a texture to it as well. So like I said, this is what I'm using tonight. So this is my sad little bit that I have left. So we have this with some plain on the background, on the back side. So there are animals, lots of bears, owls, echidnas, squirrels. Then we have some post boxes and some gorgeous little houses on the back. We have some more critters. So this one is dogs and cats. Oh, thank you, Rochelle. So the box is 7.5 by 6.4 and it's 1.2 deep. So like I said, it's not huge. So we're looking at 7.5 by 6.4. So it is quite small. You might be able to fit a gift card in there, I'm thinking, perhaps 7.5. Yeah, we'll check that out. Good evening, Elizabeth. How are you? So I'll have a look at that later and I'll put it in the comments as well so that you can see exactly what you can actually pop in that box. These gorgeous little utes and vans with, again, some little critters driving them and gifts and trees in them. Great for fussy cutting. I don't think there was a die that cut these out at all, so that is just a fussy cutting one there. Lots of postage stamps on the back. And then we have red, and this is quite unusual because it's actually red and very vanilla, whereas everything else is pretty much white-faced. Oh no, apart from that one. That one's still got the pink behind it. And then that one has lots of gifts and envelopes. So like I said, when I said I used the papers actually have, now the only bit in the papers I've used, and you see where my little hole is I did cut a little guy out of here. No, can't fit a gift card. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you for helping out. What I have used is there were 2 sheets in this pack of paper and they're actually die cuts. So I've only pretty much used the die cuts that were in this pack. So let me show you what I have left. There's a huge amount. Like I said, I did use it as a share, but all I've got left is an envelope, another envelope, a postage stamp, and a truck, van. So they're the things I didn't use. The few that I used are here. So I will actually show you some of the cards I have made up. So I had this one here, and like I really had just some odd bod things in my little pack as well. So I have used the embossing folder with the bricks on it. Earrings would be perfect. Definitely a good size for jewellery. Thank you, Vicky. So this one here I have just done on, I'm going to say Pool Party card base. I've used a real red mount and then the white that I've embossed. And then I have just put all my little things up on dimensionals apart from the gift. I've left that one flat. And I have used the sentiments from the Greetings for You mix and match pack, which are these ones here, which you get a huge amount of sentiments in. They have been fantastic. We use those for our retreat on Saturday as well. So that was my first card. I have used exactly the same layout for the next one as well. The only difference is I've made one mount a little bit smaller and I've added an extra mount into it as well. A tinier red mat behind the white. Still use the same embossing folder though. I've just blended a little bit of Pool Party in the background just to ground what I was putting on there. And then I've just used the postage stamp, the little pillar box, post box, the little cat, and I don't know whether you can see, I have embossed a little bit on here, and this little embossed postmark actually comes in the perennial postage dies as well. So that was a cute little thing to put on there as well, which is in another set. So always remember that you can use things from other sets. So that was this little guy here that I use, which doesn't actually cut anything. It does just emboss, which is what it's done here. Okay. So I'll pop these away. And I will get out what I had left for this card. So I'm using real red card base. I have got one of the envelopes. Just I'll pull out the page that they're in here as well, because we do have envelope and card bases again that we use on the weekend, the Christmas greetings mix and match specialty cards and envelopes. What I've done, I've not used the whole card, I've actually just cut the card front and used it as a mount, or I'm going to use it as a mount. And we've got all these bits. I've got a little piece there, I've got some red, and again I've embossed with exactly the same brick embossing folder. I have a greetings, season's greetings from the same ephemera pack, and these were my bits that I've got left over now. So I've got a little storefront, another storefront, I had a couple of little letterboxes, a little dog, and I did cut out the owl with the little letter as well, just so I had a few little things to play with then as well, because like I said, the other things I had just didn't quite go with what I was wanting to do here. So let us see what I was about to do. So I was popping that on top of that. Now also to give that a little bit of a lift, I was just going to do a little bit of blending in the corners, just so it's not quite as flat. I'm just going to pull out some scrap paper. Just using my blending brush. Just going to chap it off there a little bit. And just pop a little bit of colour into those two corners. Put that one there and turn it round. And we'll do this other one. Sorry, I'm I'll just move up a little bit off the end here. And you'll see how this just gives it, it's not doing heaps, but it's just giving it a little bit of dimension as well. It's not quite as stark looking anymore. These are definitely great for beginner crafters because everything is there for you. So you can always step things up with little bits and pieces like this, just with your blending and things, but you could just pop everything down onto your card as well. So not only for beginners, if you're doing mass production as well. So if you need to be making 20-40 cards in a day, this is a good way of doing it so that it's not taking up your whole day. Because Christmas time is the one time when we are all making many cards. So that I'm going to pop flat down onto there. And I've got a funny feeling I have no glue. Try another one. Okay. And now let's open another one. I did think that might happen tonight. That's okay. There's always some in reserve. Again, new glue, be really careful not to squeeze too hard because it does ooze out a lot when it's new. I do like the red and the green together because it is a really lovely stark contrast. Okay, so that card base. Then I had these little bits. So I've got my red mount that will go down next. And then I am thinking I can either put the white and then my little bits on top. Which will be, it depends what colour postbox we put on. One of those, a little doggy. So we've got that kind of thing, or we could go more green and use this one here and then pop our things on top of that. And I think I have in my head what I want to do already. I am thinking possibly more the white because everything is standing out a little bit more on it. But I did have that one cut out just to see what it might look like. But now that I'm looking at it, I think I will go the white. So we'll pop those aside and we'll stick these two together. And with this one, I've just got a tiny bit of the red showing. Okay, just noticed it's got a little fluffy bit. I'm going to cut it off. A smidge of glue. There you go, done. White background, yeah, I do think the white's a lot better. So, I don't mind if some of the things overhang a little bit because they're just going to overhang onto the card. And maybe there's no need to overhang. And I have got a green letterbox and a red letterbox. But I'm thinking the red one might be just a little bit better. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing. I'm just going to get yes to white, thank you. We'll get some dimensionals here happening as well. And pop those behind these. The other thing I've got also is a little bit of Wink of Stella, because as we know, Wink of Stella always makes things a little bit pretty. I might even just on the glass doors. And the windows. So they're a little bit shimmery. And I might also put it on this awning. Just to give it a little bit of shimmer. And the awning up here as well. That was one of the things the ladies were gifted on the weekend, was a little Wink of Stella, full-size Wink of Stella actually. And a little letter as well. The little letter boxes are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I think this whole suite is actually, like I said, I didn't purchase the suite, but the papers are just fantastic. Like there is just so much you can do with them, and it is so easy to create with these as well, is the other thing. And sometimes we do need some things, like I was saying, that are just nice and quick and easy. Because yes, there are times where you can spend loads of time doing things. But like I said, Christmas time, everyone is a little bit pushed for time. Oh, that sparkle looks so good. Okay. Pin down. And again, I think I am going to pop everything up on dimensionals. So have people started making their Christmas cards yet, or is everyone just holding off a little bit until it feels a little bit more like Christmas? Because I'm thinking if you're sending things overseas, it's probably nearly about now that they would have to be posted as well, depending on where they're going. Okay, and this one we'll put 2 little halves. Him down there. And I might still even pop that on dimensionals as well. You've finished yours. Oh my goodness, Glenda. That is so fast. Do you make many Christmas cards? Ah, that's so good that you're crafting while you're watching. That's a good use of your time, Natalie. Love that. I can remember once upon a time I used to make, I'm thinking we probably sent about 70 cards out every year. But I must admit we don't send out quite so many anymore. I don't know why. There we go. We've got our little dog, which I might put just in that corner. And then I was thinking a little owl could be up the top here, just so that we broaden that that mount, the things that are on that mount a little bit. Now, here in the corner, I've got dimensionals under the house and dimensionals under the mount. So I actually need to put 2 lots of dimensionals behind his little behind, just so that he's sitting at the right level. So when you're doing 2 dimensionals, make sure you take the back off the first one you put down before you stick the second one on. So we'll stick him down there. I might just stick just a little bit of glue behind his head. Stick that down. Might just pop a couple of dimensionals under his front paws as well. Let me get, I take your pick just to help us get it underneath. There you go, pop that under there. You have done an amazing job, Glenda. That is huge. Get rid of that. And then I have my season's greetings, which I thought I actually might just pop at the bottom there. I do have some gems, but I don't know whether it's a gem kind of a card. So I have these gems. So I could go the red ones, but I feel like they're going to sort of get in the way of the scene a little bit. We'll just keep them there for now, and we'll have a think about it. So where are my dimensionals? Some more dimensionals. And we'll pop one behind our owl. And we'll put our owl in the top corner. And then these dimensionals have adhesive backs to them. And the really good thing is they've got little slits in the back, so you can just get your finger or you take your pick tool up under those and it peels off ever so easily. Like I said, these are the best sentiments. So easy to use. Sparkly silver gems. Yep, okay. Or I might go the gold ones because we've got the gold in the paper and the sentiment, because the gems have got, just let me make sure they're straight. In the gems we've got, or in these ones, I actually don't have any silver apart from the rhinestone. Sorry, I was just reading John's message as well. These images would look great in a 3D card, I think. Absolutely. If you did like a little bit of a diorama or a box style card would be great. Even something like, I made this card the other night with different things, but to have all of those little bits sitting up on this card, little bendy card, would be great as well. So, okay, so if we went the gold, where would we put them? That's going to be my thing. Let's have a look. Let us have a look. kind of going to sit them there without pressing down on them, just so that we can see what they look like. And then a little one, kind of looks like he's going to eat it. Even if we just put it there, I think. So we've still got our little triangle thing happening. We've used some of our white space. That's probably the best I can do, I think. So, and I did have some twine in the white and the gold, but I don't even think, like I said, I did look at it, but I just don't even feel it's a card that needs a bow or anything. Let's have a look. Unless you sort of popped it there. Would be where a little bow could go, I suppose. Yep, does want to do its own thing though, doesn't it? That's the one thing about anything twiny. There you go, then it curls around the right way. So you could do that kind of thing. Now, do you know what I haven't done? Is an inside as well. So let me find some white cardstock. No bow? Yeah, I don't think it needs it. And I haven't stuck it down, it is literally just sitting there. Okay, so we'll cut our insert. So if we go 14.35 by 10, so I go a ½ centimetre smaller. Block tragic. Oh, I'm glad you've still got me on in the background as well though, Michelle. Nice to see you tonight. So more is less. I'm with you. I do agree. So if we pop that on the inside, now somewhere I had a little green letterbox. So we could pop that on the inside there. Now I feel everything else is a little bit too big. How about we did that kind of thing on the inside? And again, we could use, because I will still have a little bit of green left on my brush. So without even re-inking it, just use what you've got. I don't want it to be too dark anyway. Leave that. That could go in that corner, a little postage stamp in the other, and then it's not getting in the way of your writing, because you usually dear something here. By the time you get to the end, you're putting from and whoever on that side, so we might go with that. Like I said, I really don't have a lot left. So this is just what I have to work with. But I figure even if it's only a little bit, you can still, oops, sorry, still create. Oh, wow, don't know what I did there. Let's try that again. That's better. it does make it look a lot more like a postcard on the inside. Okay, pop that in. Now I have got a few new things to show, but you know what, we might leave all of that for later, because as demonstrators we've been able to do a pre-order for some of the November online exclusives, but we might save that for another day. And I did have a couple of kits as well, but we will do that at a later date. I've still got that crooked. There we go. Card front. Now little bits of Wink of Stella. And now inside. And on the inside you could always just pop a little bit of shimmer. Always looks nice with just a little bit. There you go. But all done. So like I said, they were the others that I had made up as well. Leave people wanting more. Yes. But how cute are those cards? Like I said, nice. Everything was already there. It was all cut out, ready to go. Just as long as you've got your card bases and a few other bits and pieces. This paper was also from, I forgot to mention, from the Christmas Tags and More set as well, which also has a whole heap of ephemera in it as well. So there's a lot of things at the moment with the ephemera in them, which is just making it that little bit easier to create then as well, especially for those that don't like fussy cutting. So it's already cut and done for you. So thank you very much all for joining me tonight. I will be on again on Thursday at 2, and hopefully I'll pop something on Friday with some more sneak peeks. I think door number 3 on Friday for the Advent calendar as well. So hopefully I will see you then. Thank you very much everyone for your kind words, and we'll talk to you on Thursday. Thanks a lot. Bye.